What's going on, you guys? Happy Friday, and today we're going to be doing a list. This is actually a Patreon request. I was asked basically with some of the new events coming out to come up with the lists that are basically restricting your X-Wing 2.0 stuff to only the launch releases and the 2.0 expansions, and not all of your old stuff out of the conversion kits. Now, while some people may have mixed emotions on that format, I think it's a good idea to at least have options, and both formats are being run. But for some people looking to maybe just get started, this can be a really good option, as well as maybe you didn't get your conversion kits yet, or you're just looking to kind of try out a few things with a little bit more restricted format. So I figured I would put together a list for you guys today. Also, there are some winners to announce at the end of the video, so definitely stay tuned to that. We've got two different giveaway winners that are going to be announced. All right, so I'm using the official squad builder now. It's definitely improved a little bit. It's still not perfect, but one of the things that is very good for is going into different formats. So normally extended is kind of the list that we would pretty much use almost all the time, but we're going to go strictly to second edition, and this is going to be using stuff in the core set and the ship expansions. So this is basically going to put anything that comes in the conversion kits off limits, unless it's also in the core set or conversion or ship expansions. And I'm going to go with a TIE Swarm today. And the reason we're going to do a TIE Swarm is because I think a TIE Swarm is one of the most classic lists. And it also, if you have at least just one conversion kit and a core set, you're going to have a lot of TIE fighters. So I figured this would be a list that a lot of people could easily run. So we have a lot of options. And I think the first thing to go with, obviously, is Howl Runner. Howl Runner has been improved in this new 2.0, and basically, I mean, the TIE Fighter is pretty much the most basic ship in this game, even though the game's called X-Wing. The TIE Fighter was really not changed very much at all. Really, only thing that changed is, the way it uses evade. The dial had a little tweaks to it, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same. Now, Howl Runner got changed a little bit. Howl Runner used to only boost other ships. And so, to really get your money's worth out of Howl Runner, you had to run like a 7 swarm. And now Howl Runner has been changed a little bit to where she can actually benefit herself as well. So you don't have to run quite so many. So if you're looking to run like maybe only a 4 or 5 ship swarm, Howl Runner can still work in that. As a matter of fact, Howl Runner can even kind of work by herself. Although you're really kind of wasting an opportunity if you do that. So you want to run Howl Runner with other ships and try to fly them in formation. Now, Howl Runner is going to be accompanied by some other TIEs, and we're just going to run TIE Fighters in this build. One of the things I want to do is I want to run Inferno Squad. You're getting all these new pilots for Inferno Squad, and so we're going to start off with the leader, Iden Versio. So Iden Versio is great because she's allowing somebody else to prevent damage. And so you can save this for a crit. You can save this for that one hit, maybe that was going to kill somebody, or whatever you needed it to be. But she gets one time per game that she can prevent a nearby ship, and it has to be a TIE Fighter from saving damage. So she works well in a swarm as well because, again, she's only helping TIE Fighters. But if you're running all TIE Fighters, that's going to work. Plus, she's an Initiative 4. Now, one of the cool things about Inferno Squad is that they're all Initiative 4, right? Hask. While you perform an attack against a damaged defender, roll an additional attack die. That's great, but he's Initiative 4, so he may end up shooting kind of early. Well, if everybody else is Initiative 4, granted, I understand Howl Runner's 5. Howl Runner is not part of Inferno Squad, but she's going along for a ride today. But you can choose, and that's really gives you a lot of flexibility when you're running. A swarm is sometimes you want to be able to do things out of order, and if everybody is the same initiative, you'll be able to choose. So I think that's just gives you a lot of flexibility and makes up for a lot of stuff. And plus, here's a guy who can potentially roll extra dice, so it makes up for him being just a lowly TIE Fighter. So Hask is great. We're gonna have Del Meeko in here. Del Meeko is another Inferno Squad, and Del Meeko's very cool also, especially for a swarm, because when a friendly ship at range 0 to 2 defends against a damaged attacker, the defender may roll an additional, a defense die. May re-roll. I'm sorry, not roll an additional, but re-roll a defense die. So basically, he's Howl Runner for defense. The catch is the attacker has to be damaged. That's one of the things that it's nice to have Howl Runner in here. You know, hopefully, maybe you can get some damage on somebody before they start returning fire, especially if you're going up against other 4s or other 5s. Now 6s, we got no defense against 6s, but the best defense we have against 6s is there's not that many 6s in the game. So you're less likely to go up against, you know, a squad where everybody's shooting before you. And then Sane Marana will come in here. And Sane has got the, while you perform an attack, you may spend a crit. If you do, deal a face down damage to the defender, then cancel your remaining results. This is the linchpin for so many of these other things. You kind of want Sane to be able to shoot first out of your different Inferno squad members. First off, now Hask is going to be able to, you definitely want Sane to go before Hask, because then Hask gets to combo off of her and get an additional attack die. And hopefully, you know, this is also one of those things where if your opponent also has initiative 4, you may want to actually do your stuff first, because then they're going to be shooting you and you'll get your rerolls, but you definitely want Sane to be able to get that crit. So we're at 170 points. And now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we could do a couple of different things. Let's put some, I'm going to put some talents on these pilots first, and then after that we're going to look at some of our other options, because one of the things that I would really like to do is put like things like stealth device on some of our other pilots, but it becomes very expensive at 8 points each. So let's take that off for right now and put some points on. Now, back during the, like, I don't know, about a year ago or so, you know, people maybe it was more than a year ago, but when Crackshot came out, people started trying to run Crackshot swarms, and it was definitely, you know, it's a good talent, and I think I'm going to run Crackshot on a couple of these pilots, just because with only 2 attack dice, it makes you more likely to get damage through. Again, we want that damage to get through, so for things like Del Miko's ability and Gideon Hask's ability are going to trigger. So we're going to give Crackshot to just about everybody. It's just a good ability. You're going to be able to use it once, but we're not going to give it to Sane Marana. Sane Marana wants that crit, so instead of Crackshot on Sane, we are going to do something to try to manufacture a crit, and that's going to be marksmanship. Still, it's only 1 point. It's going to cause you to have to try to line up that bullseye arc, but Sane has a barrel roll, so you should be okay there. And this is, you know, when trying to line that up, this is one of those times where you're going to have to make use of most of your other ties having the same initiative value. And that may be like if you've only got 1 target, perhaps, or maybe 2 targets, but the target you're going for, if you don't have them lined up and you need to barrel roll, or you think you're going to need to barrel roll, you may want to move your other guys first and move them out of the way to give room for Sane. So you may have to, you know, you may want to choose to activate her last in the movement phase. So next up, we're going to say we have 175 points. I could very easily just put some stealth devices out here, but one of the things I think I would rather do is just have a whole extra ship. So we're going to add an Obsidian Squadron pilot. I think that kind of trumps having stealth devices on our ship since they can go away. And this gives us more of that traditional swarm feel. This is 6 ships, and gives us a lot more, you know, a lot more ships on the board, and plus they'll fly in a little rectangle. So that is the list, you guys. I will go ahead and put this. I'll put a link to the squad builder down below. And it's time to talk about some giveaway winners. So if you haven't already been paying attention, I've been trying to win a gaming table from the Table of Ultimate Gaming. And I will put a link to that in the description below. That contest isn't over yet, so you can still help me win. But to everybody who's been helping me win, also to subscribers, I've been entering you guys in a chance to win an expansion of your choice in the latest giveaway. I also had a awesome Gen Con Wedge Antilles and a double-sided spot gloss General Vice and Wedge Antilles card that was being given away to a patron, and that is going to go first. So Big thanks to all my patrons. You guys actually suggested this video, so winner for the Legion Spot Gloss Wedge Antilles General Vice is going to be Daniel Pill. I want to thank you so much. Congratulations. And don't just shoot me a message on Patreon, and I will get your shipping information for that. Next up is the $25 Cool Stuff gift card for an expansion of your choice. And the winner for that is going to be Matt Emler. Congratulations. Thank you so much for being a subscriber and helping me win. Well, hopefully I'll win. I don't know if I'm going to win or not. But yes, so just go ahead and shoot me a message and I will get your contact information and we'll get that out to you right away. I want to thank you guys all so much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and let me know what you think in the comments below. We do have another giveaway going to be starting very, very soon. And if you would, also, if you haven't already, please click my link, which I will put down in the comments as the pinned comment to help me win a gaming table. I can get more battle reports out to you guys that way, and it will really help me out. I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.